And now it's the boys on the hill, Thomas Black, Slim Marshall, 5,000 watts, and a fresh shaved Jeezy. We back at it again, baby.
It's
I'm
about
low.
time, man.
I'm uncut right now. I'm uncut raw right now.
Hey, man,
No,
it's the post 4th of July celebration. You know,
I'm,
we here.
I got roasted by that fire, but I was in that flame by 4 hours on 4th of July.
I can
I'm still
tell.
dehydrated.
I see you got a little sunburn on your forehead.
No, well, I did have a hat on. Yeah, you can see it.
Oh, yeah. So, gentlemen, we enjoyed the holiday weekend.
Yeah, it was a blast. No pun
Oh,
intended.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, for the people, we have been bringing you the recruits that have signed, but tonight we have something a little special for you. Tonight from the pen, we have Voorhees University baseball head coach, Coach O'Neal, and we also have his assistant coach, Coach Cunningham, who is also the recruiting coordinator. And at this time, we want to welcome them into the show. How you doing, fellas?
Hey, how you doing, fellas?
Doing well,
Yeah,
doing well.
welcome, coach.
Thank you for having us here.
Appreciate y'all
Yeah.
for having us.
Oh yeah, it's our pleasure to have you all. Our pleasure to
Sure.
have you all. And it's funny how Coach Cunningham, we actually started talking on Twitter last week.
Mm-hmm.
I got a message from him saying how much he liked the show. I had no clue he was even paying attention to the show.
All right.
Like that was a
Appreciate it.
blessing. Like had no clue he was even paying attention to the show. And it was actually the fantasy draft episode. So, Coach, appreciate you for tuning in. And we linked up and found out that we even have an even smaller connection. The school I'm going to work at, they were just offered a couple kids there.
Mm-hmm.
All
Small,
right.
small world. Small world. Small world. So reached out to him, asked him if he'd be interested in coming on. And the first thing he said was, Coach, there's no way I can come on if my head coach don't come on. So he reached out to Coach O'Neal, and here we are tonight. So welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Appreciate
We'll start with you, Coach O'Neal. Just give us a little background about yourself. Who is Coach O'Neal?
Well, born and raised in South Carolina, literally where I'm working at now, Voorhees University. I'm probably like 10 minutes away from where I grew up, where my parents is. Graduated high school around the area, went to Claflin University, pitched there for 4 years, had a great career and everything. Blew my shoulder my senior year, moving into NCAA. Had a shot, but that kind of got messed up and everything. But once I left Claflin, went into the military, was in the Navy for 5 years, did intel and everything. After I got out of the military, worked for the Memphis Redbirds, as far as in the marketing department, as far as field operations. Got picked up by the Memphis Grizzlies, hustle, the Memphis Hustle. So I helped build that D-League team, helped with the branding and everything, as far as sales and that aspect. Once I left Memphis, came to Voorhees as a professor, sport management professor with all the experience I have. And honestly, I always wanted to get back in college athletics. When I graduated from Claflin, I did some grad assistant as a pitching coach at Claflin. You know what I'm saying? That was short-lived and everything when I got into the military. But got here at Voorhees, was a professor, having a good old time, talking to the baseball coach and everything. And all of a sudden, January came. I had players calling me and emailing me. I'm like, hey, coach, you heard the news. So I'm thinking something bad happened. They was like, coach left. And I'm like, sorry. Like, whoever take over the position, man, they got a lot to do and everything. But God works in mysterious ways because I always want to get into college athletics. I wasn't expecting to be a head coach at a college level, collegiate level this quick. But I'm thankful for it and everything. It's been a blast, and definitely it's a learning curve for me. But I got people like Coach Cunningham that's actually helping me out and everything. It makes my job easier.
Oh man, you got a very diverse background there, Coach.
Yeah, you do. Congratulations, though.
Yeah, that's a
Congratulations.
very diverse background. We're gonna get
Career.
we're gonna get into a little bit more of that.
Okay.
Coach Cunningham, could you give us a little background about yourself?
Yes, sir. Born and raised Montgomery, Alabama. I played high school baseball at Park Crossing High School. When I graduated, I actually signed with Tuskegee University. I was there for 2 years, and then I transferred 3 years ago to Voorhees University. Played 3 years there, and my last year there, Coach O'Neal, me and him talked, and I told him I wanted to coach because I'm actually still in school now, so I won't finish school until December. I'm only 23, so me and Coach had a great connection. I would try to help out Coach any way I could. I actually got done playing for him there, and he wanted me to be on his staff, and here we are 2 months later.
Man, that's amazing. So you saying you're still in school right now?
Yes, sir. I'll finish up in December.
Okay. So Coach O'Neal.
Yes, sir.
How did your background with all of that? Most people who have that type of background, they never hit the field coaching. Most time they become like ADs,
right?
Execs.
Mm-hmm.
What made you want to go back to the field?
Honestly, it kind of fell in my lap. My goal, my aspirations, like when I was getting out of college, getting my undergrad from Claflin, I wanted to be a GM or athletic director on the college level and everything. So as I went through life and everything, went to the military, still did some sports like far as intramurals and everything, worked for the Grizzlies, did all that and everything. I always try to find my way back into athletics some type of way. I wanted to be an AD and everything. And when I talked to some ADs, most of them had some type of coaching experience. Some of them had some type of like high exec experience where they had like a JD or a doctorate and everything. So I was like, okay, it's going to be a long route for me. So when I came to Voorhees, my goal when I came here as a professor, I was like, well, I'll just help out in the athletics any type of way I can. If it's like helping the AD with some business stuff and everything, because that's like my background and everything. But it was just funny. I remember praying about it and everything. I was like, asking God, just like help me get to my goal and help me on my journey and stuff. And and then sure enough, like 3 days later, I had players come to my office that was my students saying that the coach was gone. By the time I left school that day, I done talked to the president, talked to the AD, talked to the track coach, and they was like, hey, we need you to be the baseball coach. And I was literally sitting there thinking like, I don't know if I'm ready for it. But shoot, got it. I was like an opportunity. I was like, I couldn't turn it down, honestly. Like I'd have been a fool if I did. So once they gave me the opportunity, I just ran with it. So yeah, it honestly fell in my lap. So if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be in this position, honestly.
So you knew you wanted to be a coach from the jump, right? So that was like at that time, like when you was making that decision, like you wanted to help out, but you didn't know if you were gonna be a coach or not. What made you? I know you say it was God's decision, but what was the deciding factor into making that decision?
Well, it basically was, honestly, I remember in the fall, Jamorri, Coach Cunningham was one of my students in my sport management class, and they asked me to come out to practice. And basically when I was out there, I just like missed being around the game, honestly. Like playing baseball, like you always miss the game. It's like regardless, you go to a game and everything, you always remember yourself playing, fielding ground balls, me as a pitcher, striking people out and just feeling that energy and everything. So seeing them at practice, I was like, man, I missed this. So I wouldn't mind helping out some type of way. And shoot, January came around. I didn't know I was going to help out this much. So when the opportunity came, I literally already made the decision, but it was more like I had to make sure that I was fine with it and everything. So once I realized like this is something like, hey, this is basically like a blessing from God, I was like, hey, I'm not going to miss this opportunity. So I just ran with it.
Yeah, like Coach O'Neal, your story of how you became head baseball coach kind of coincides with a lot of history in terms of like how past Black college coaches actually got into either baseball or another sport. They were teachers or head coaches. They coached one sport and coached another one too. So when you got the call that you had to do this, what the first thing you thought about?
Honestly, the first thing I thought about was literally was thinking about just my personnel as far as the players I would be coaching. I just knew a few of them from class. I didn't know the whole team and everything. So it was honestly the situation that they were kind of dealt. We both were dealt a bad hand. I'm coming in 2 weeks prior to the season, taking over a baseball program. They coming in, they had a head coach during the fall, and now he's gone. So basically, like we both were going on like a blind date, honestly. We didn't know anything about each other. And basically, I got to tell them, I'm here for y'all. And kind of tell them because, they kind of leaves the bad taste in players' mouth. Like you had a coach and he's gone and everything like that. So it's almost like, okay, he might just be here just to collect the check. So it was more of like, I'm trying to show them like I'm in here for the long haul. You know what I'm saying? I don't half-ass anything. Excuse me if I ain't mean to curse and everything, but I'm in here for the long haul and everything. So yeah.
Mm. Oh yeah, that's no problem. Well, we all curse, we all feel so this coach. it come with the job. It come with the job title sometimes. Uh, Speaking of that, I was I know we're gonna start getting to talk about your roster and your team, but I see that you have a lot of kids from Georgia. I love how
Yeah.
your squad is representing the state of Georgia. Besides Georgia, what is another one your niche, your regional as far as recruiting and looking for kids and players and everything? Where are you trying to target your location?
So honestly, Coach Cunningham definitely helped me out with this part. But I remember my playing days, playing at Claflin and everything. We had a lot of players from Atlanta. Like Atlanta's honestly like the mecca for black baseball when it comes down to the South. And then
I'm starting to learn that.
Yeah. Honestly, like you would think, like with baseball and everything, you would think like Florida or somewhere else, but actually Atlanta for black baseball players, high caliber baseball players, Atlanta is like the hot spot. It's not where you can go to like 5 schools in the location. You probably can find 5 players like in like 2 days and everything. So, but then also outside of that, Coach Cunningham definitely has the pipeline from Alabama, and then that's like the second.
I think Coach froze up on us a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no problem. We'll get back to that.
Hopefully he'll come back in.
Actually, it'll actually flow into, heading into what Coach Cunningham do. That's you are the coordinator, like, from the gump.
Yeah.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
Besides Atlanta, we do a lot from Alabama as well. We actually got a guy coming from Louisiana, Baton Rouge. We have a guy coming from Miami, Tampa. So we just looking for good baseball players. We don't care if they're in Hawaii, Toronto, Dubai. If they can play, they discipline, they got good character on off the field. We don't care. So, most importantly, the surrounding Southeast area, though, for sure.
Yeah, y'all hear those kids? Hey, so y'all might want to contact Coach Cunningham before we get out this call now.
Talk to me.
Right. So Coach, what would be, if you were looking for a recruit, what would be the recruit that you're looking for to fit the Voorhees Tiger program?
We looking for guys that are mentally tough. Baseball is a tough game. One day you feel like you're on top of the world. One day you feel like you don't need to be on the world. So we're looking for guys that tough. I really look for guys who I want to see how they feel. Obviously they're good baseball players. They're going to be prospects because they're good baseball players. But I want to see how they respond when they fail. I want to see how they are in the classroom. I want to see how they treat their friends, their parents, their classmates, everybody like that, their teammates. Also, I want to see them when they're not playing. You see the person's true character when they're not in the game. Are they cheering their teammates on when the pitcher comes off the mound? Are they shaking his hand? When a guy scores a run, is he coming out the dugout? So it's those little small details that we look for. A guy that's athletic, of course. A guy who knows the game, good baseball IQ, and understands the small details. So those are some of the things that we looking for in recruits at Voorhees University.
Okay. And Coach, sorry about the technical difficulty, but it was one thing I wanted to ask you, Coach O'Neal, before I actually got with Coach Cunningham. How do you think having all of those other roles, like the business side of it, how do you think that prepared you for being a head coach to come in and, for lack of a better use, come in and negotiate deals for your team, uniform sponsorships, equipment deals, things of that nature, even just funding for just facilities and things of that nature? Do you think having that business acumen gives you a step ahead of your counterparts?
Honestly, it definitely does, because working in the NBA and everything, working on sponsorship deals, working on endorsements and everything like that, definitely gave me like the know-it-all as far as like how to navigate that space. So, I mean, typically when you see college coaches and stuff, a lot of people think we're dumb jocks, but a lot of us are educated and everything. A lot of us have multiple degrees and everything. I have my master's, working on my doctorate and everything. So it's not like is basically it gave me an opportunity where I could actually flourish like in a area that I'm used to and everything. So kind of bringing the business background and my experience into the culture realm, it's taught a lot of administration and everything because I'm the type of person I don't like take no for an answer. You got to explain to me why it's a no and everything. And I like to read the fine print. So when they told me, oh, you can't get this funding and everything, I'm like, why not? And everything. They explained it to me. So then when I read the fine print and I'm telling them, oh, no, we can do this because X, Y, and Z. And then all of a sudden, that's when you see trees getting cut down. You see them come redoing the infield before the season. You see me working with the contractors where they charge multiple schools like $250,000, getting them to redo our baseball field and softball field for less, for half of that and everything. That's with new sod and irrigation. So just being able to have that sense of like urgency as far as how to navigate those conversations definitely helped me out as far as coming from that background, now bringing it to the college athletics world.
We're gonna have to put you and Thomas Black together. That's our business man.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's my forte. I can
that's our business man on the crew.
Yeah.
Right.
Man, that's impressive, Coach.
Yeah, Coach O'Neal, you mentioned kind of your business acumen, how you kind of translate that to being head baseball coach today. You think with the knowledge you have and the skills you've learned through your assortment of experiences over the years, kind of if you stay long enough, can help set up the baseball program to flourish in ways that didn't before you got there?
Oh yeah, definitely. The one thing I noticed about HBCUs when it comes to athletics, they don't put a lot on baseball. You know what I'm saying? Like they always look at football. They always look at basketball. Depending on the institution, if they don't have football, basketball is the revenue generating sport. But baseball is always like that redheaded stepchild and stuff. But when you look at most of these PWIs, like they utilize baseball as like a major league team. They have season tickets. They have sponsorship deals and everything. Why we can't be the same way? You know what I'm saying? So it's like me, my dad and my granddad always said, if you don't have a dream that's big enough where people say that's crazy, it's not big enough. So me, I'm basically trying to write the whole narrative, change the whole narrative as far as HBCU baseball, as far as starting with Voorhees University. So definitely, I can see it on a whole nother pedestal and everything, like to the point where you look at Vanderbilt, they got the Vandy Boys. Like, why not have Voorhees University as like the Vandy Boys, like the Hees? That's what Jamorri and them, they nicknamed the team and everything, the Hees and everything. So why not? We can't be like that. So yeah, definitely, I can see it that way.
That's dope.
Yeah.
My next question is for Coach Cunningham. A little bit like when we was asking Coach about, did you see yourself in this position, and where you are currently? Like, what got you to make the decision to want to be a coach and want to get into recruiting? Like, what was your deciding factors in when you decided to become a coach and be a recruiter?
Well, to answer your question, I actually did see myself in this position this soon. No, but I actually did see myself in this position. I'm in school. I'm a sports management major. So I wanted to get into coaching. I wanted to be like a director of player personnel, recruiting coordinator. And so I always felt like coaching was in my future. I just didn't know when. I'm a people's person. I love people. That's my biggest strength, building relationships with people. And then on top of that, my knowledge for the game. So coaching was the perfect avenue for me. So to answer your question, I did see this coming, just not this soon. Coaching, I grew up around coaching. My dad was the first coach I ever had. I was a coach's son.
Man.
Right. So I grew up hearing that after the game, during the game, at nighttime, in my sleep, at school, on the way to school, on the way home. So that's what I learned. But I also saw the stuff in the background, the motivation, the teaching. So that's what I wanted to do in the future. So I did see myself in this position.
Okay. I'll jump in real quick. So, Coach Cunningham, I want to know how was the transition? You so young, you was a former player, transitioning to a coach. How was the transition for you? And not only just getting you probably earned the respect by playing with the guys, but now you fall into that coaching role. So how was that transition for you?
I'm still taking it day by day. I've only been a coach now 2 months, two and a half months. So it's still a transition every day. Coach can tell you I love recruiting. Building relationships with the guys, parents. It's still kind of weird when the high school guys call me sir. I'm like, hey, I'm only 5-6 years older than you, but that's a transition right there. But I've been loving every moment of it. I'll give you a situation. So I had offered a guy about a week or two ago. I was at a travel ball game, liked him, made a couple phone calls while he was out there playing. And I tried to catch him before he got in the car. His mom and dad was in the front seat. I talked to him and I offered him. Tears start strolling down his eyes. That's the times I like, touching the guy's heart, knowing that all his work has paid off. Those are the moments that I'll never forget. And I'm only, it's only starting from here. So I love it so far. It's been a transition, and I'm learning every day. I'm a young guy. I know some things, but I'm never gonna be too old to learn. 20 years from now, I'm still gonna be learning.
That's the right mindset.
Yeah.
So, Coach O'Neal, you said you had the opportunity to take over the team just a couple of weeks before the season started.
Mm-hmm.
How was that first season, and what lessons did you learn from it?
Man, first season, man, I'm still learning stuff from the first season still to this day, honestly. Like I told Coach Cunningham, I had a notebook. What I did was basically after every game, what I could have done better and everything, because baseball, honestly, when I play baseball, I'm 36 and everything, we're about to be 36. When I play baseball, it's totally different and everything. Like we was talking about travel ball. Back in my day, we had post ball. It wasn't no travel teams and everything like that. So like far as the whole game and everything, it was totally different and everything, how people were playing and stuff. So learning different things and okay, I could have done this in this situation. Next time I'm in a situation to do this, why should I do this and everything? So it was definitely a learning curve for me, because like my coaching experience prior to this was a pitching coach. All I had to worry about was strikes and, strikes and balls and making sure they don't hang the curveball and everything, talking to them before the game and stuff. That's most I had to do. But actually taking over the whole program, that was something totally different. And being a one-man show at the time, it was hard and everything, like trying to learn, trying to help somebody with hitting, but I got guys in the bullpen and stuff. But definitely learned a lot and everything. But far as one thing I can say I did take from this season was like Coach Cunningham said, you're always gonna learn. You never think that you know everything, because nobody knows everything, especially with baseball. I don't care who you are. There's always something new you can learn and everything. And I learned spin rate. Never heard of a spin rate ever in my life until like 2 months ago. Not even worrying about spin rates from fastballs. I was like, man, this is crazy and everything. But it just goes to show you like how the game is changing and everything. So, I mean, it definitely humbled me, because, I mean, not saying I was the best athlete in the world and everything, but I was pretty good as a college athlete and everything, but it's just more of like humbling, because like now I'm a coach. Now I'm responsible for all these people. I got to learn them not only just for baseball players, but as young men and everything. So that was definitely some life goals and stuff. I mean, life lessons I learned and still learning to this day.
Yeah, Coach. This is for like either one of you guys to answer, or both of you can answer. Knowing kind of like some of the turnover the program has had over the last couple of years before you guys got there, and you guys being relatively unseasoned to coaching, how did you guys gain the trust of the players on both the day-to-day side and the recruiting side?
Okay. Go ahead, Coach Allen. Go ahead, Coach Cunningham.
Still gaining the guys' respect today. I think my biggest transition is going to be one season playing with these guys. These are the guys I hang out with every day, play video games with, go out with. Now to, being a teaching mode, telling them things to do and stuff like that. So I think that we have a great senior class coming in this year. These guys have been through so much. They're some of the mentally toughest guys I've ever met. They're so mature beyond their years and wise. They are going to be the backbone of this team. They've been through anything that you can think of these last 4 or 5 years. This senior class, they've had 5 head coaches in 5 years.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
And you will never tell. These are some of the most joyful people, funniest guys. It never fazed them. It never fazed them at all. They was ready to play every day. They was ready to work. And that's going to be our senior class coming in this year. So I feel like we're going to have a great balance of senior leadership. And those are going to be the guys that's going to take the reins. I always was told a great team is the ones that's really ran by the seniors, not really by the coaches. That's less that we have to do. The seniors are taking care of things like they're going to do. We don't really have to do anything. So I don't really think it's really going to be hard, getting those guys, because at the end of the day, those guys want to win. Those guys are ready to sacrifice. Those guys are ready to put it on the line to get W's and ultimately win the championship. So I don't really think it was really that hard. Those guys bought in from day one, and they're ready to go.
Yeah, and just to speak briefly and everything, taking over, like you said, 5 different coaches. I made the 5th coach for the senior class and everything. So you can already think as a player the different philosophies, teachings, and coaches and attitudes and how the coaches feel, and then saying how the players are going. So they're already looking at me as I might be a Knicks guy that's out the door and everything. So, but the thing about me is I put my 100% in everything. So me having 2 little girls and stuff, I'm always like, hey, I'm out here with y'all. I'm giving y'all 110%. Like, y'all gotta give me 110%. And that was the biggest thing. That was the biggest hurdle I had in the beginning, just letting them buy into me, letting them know that I'm here for them. And basically, you know what I'm saying, that's what I did. Like, I gained their trust and everything. Show them that, hey, I can be serious at times, but, hey, we can also have fun, too. You know, so you got to have that fine balance and everything. But once they realized I was all in, like they honestly bought into me. And then you saw it was a whole different change of the team as far as, like, the demeanor on the field, how we was playing, start tearing teams off the frame, like 14-run games and everything. Like, it was ridiculous and everything. But that was the biggest hurdle that I had coming in. But once they realized and they bought into me, it was honestly easy, man. And like he was saying, as far as the senior class, they made my job easy. I didn't have to worry about trying to teach them how to play baseball. On this level, you shouldn't be teaching nobody how to play baseball. You ought to come out here, you put them in the right position and stuff. And I had a great group of guys, and I'm thankful for them.
And let me say this. I'm gonna tell you how good of a job Coach O'Neal did. Our senior class this year, our senior class last year, all of them decided to come back for their COVID year. There's only 2 people that left: me and coaching, and Henry Adam Brower. He just signed an MLB Draft League contract 2-3 weeks ago. That tells you how much we really enjoyed it. The seniors wanted to come back. The senior wanted to put that one more year, the last dance, quote unquote, of a full year's work and everything. So Coach O'Neal, he's not going to give himself the credit that he should. Coach O'Neal, he held everything down. I can tell there's time that he was stressed out. He still gave us 110%. And that's the type of coach that you want to run through a wall for. Anything that we needed, he listened to all our wants and all our needs, and he's a true definition of a player's coach. You know what I mean? He wanted us to be comfortable at the end of the day. He wanted us to be happy at the end of the day. And sacrificing his time and energy, he made all of us happy, and we had to do that for him on the field, resulting in wins.
All right, and this for I guess both of y'all can answer because you might have different perspectives. When it comes to Voorhees baseball, and it could be a recruiting thing, you know, as you as a former player, you as a coach, what is the thing about Voorhees that makes it different than your average team? What makes you different?
I like that. That's a good question.
Coach, you can go.
You said what make us different?
Yeah, what makes Voorhees like if I'm a kid and I'm out there and I'm looking to go somewhere to play baseball, and like you said, you know, and I'm looking for schools, what will make me be like, I need to go check this out?
Gotcha. Honestly, funny thing you say that is we played against a team down in Birmingham. We played against Stillman, and it was 4 prospects out there. And they went out there as prospects for Stillman. And I remember we met one of the parents and his son in the hotel prior to the game, the night before the game, and half my guys went in there. Last year we had 20 guys on the team. So half my guys already went up to the rooms and everything. And the dad asked me, basically, he was like, hey, it's going to be a good game tomorrow and everything. I was like, yes, sir. I said, we're going to have fun and everything like this. So game started off and everything. We were down 7-2, ended up winning the game 14-8. And from that game, we basically flipped 4 of their prospects. They left Stillman just because of us. And one thing, basically what I heard from the parents and from them, they was like, we honestly like how your guys are. We like their energy. We like how they didn't quit and everything like that. And also like just far as how I interacted with the players and stuff. And then you can honestly, like far as with me, I have an open door policy. I think it was the worst decision ever because there's been times I've been sitting in the office, and these guys come bumming in there during class. I'm sitting there looking at them like, don't y'all have class? Like, oh yeah, we done with our class. Cause I'm like, all right, yeah, y'all make sure y'all eligible and everything. But it's just more just like the type of guys we got and everything. It's the brotherhood. And it's one thing I can say about those guys, they look out for each other. And the one thing I really like, the one moment I can say, and it speaks volumes about the program and the type of guys we got. Looking at us, HBCU program and stuff, you always think the people gonna label us, okay, thugs and everything like this. But we got some good guys on the team. One of the guys on the team, he was struggling financially wise. All the guys basically gave him $100. Just gave him money just so they could pay for his rent and everything like this. Wow. Coach Cunningham gave him $200 and everything like that. So that's the type of guys, like that's what we have here at Voorhees. We're a family, Yeah, we play baseball, but we're actually a brotherhood, So those guys, when I bring the recruits here, like when you come to Voorhees, there's nothing here but the university. Like the city, Denmark is really a rural area. But when it comes down to the actual program and everything like that, basically all the recruits, when I brought them in, I basically told them the truth. Truth gets you a long way and everything. When people start realizing like how honest and everything like this, how genuine I am, I mean, that's never going to change. It definitely, that's what the player's going to get. Some players, you can go to a program, you're going to be a number. Here, you're not going to be a number. You're actually going to be a young man. You're going to be known and everything like that. So don't think that you come into the program, you see me, I come at practice, you come to my office now. It's basically like those guys call me all the time and aggravate me. They know my daughters and everything like that. They getting pictures from my daughters, like recitals and stuff. It's like we're invested in each other. So you as a recruit, if you're looking for a place and everything, Voorhees is the place to go. Why? You're not only going to get a great education, but you're also going, like Coach Cunningham, we always say, you're going to come here as a player, but you're going to leave as a better man, as a better player too.
I like that.
I like that.
Kind of to piggyback off of what Coach just pretty much saying what Coach O'Neal said. It's a family environment. That's the athletic program. That's the administration, staff, teachers. It's truly a family. Like the administration and teachers, they really care about the students' well-being. Like I said, the baseball team, we're real close, very close. Everybody, we joke on each other, but when it comes to us being for each other, we're gonna be there. And I tell recruits all the time, I'm not the type of coach that's going to guarantee you anything, but there's two things I can guarantee you. One, we're going to give you an opportunity to compete. And the second thing is, if you come to Voorhees University, you're going to leave a better person, student, and athlete in that order. So, we are in a small environment. Like, I give you a story about me. I transferred to Voorhees. And when I got I didn't like it at first, I'll be honest. But I tell people all the time, Voorhees is a small school, but it's a very powerful school. And what I mean by that is if you treat people the right way, you build those connections, you do what you have to do on and off the field, you're going to reap the benefits at the end. That's graduating and being a professional in the workforce. Because at the end of the day, let's be honest, everybody can't be a pro athlete. That's a 1%. But you can be a professional in the workforce, and that's what Voorhees University can provide for you.
That's great. That's great to hear. Y'all just told me. If I had a phone right now, I'll definitely give y'all a call. So to go into that, so what leading up to this next season, what gaps are y'all looking to fill within your roster? If we have some prospects listening right now, I think we can probably start kind of pitching to them. We definitely have been.
I think that coming into the 23 season, I definitely felt like we filled a lot of we didn't really have a lot of holes. Our main thing was getting more POs. Most of our pitchers last year were two-way guys. We really wanted to focus on getting more POs because in the scrimmage time where it's time for our player development, it's kind of hard for people to get real game time reps because our center fielder got to come in and pitch. Our starting shortstop got to come in and pitch. And so that kind of messed up our player development. Now we have POs. Now our shortstop can get shortstop reps. He can get his ABs. Our center fielder can track balls out there. So I think that definitely helps us. I definitely feel like our guys, now we're going to be in a real off-season fall program. People are going to be stronger. People are going to be more ready mentally. People are going to be more mentally prepared. So those are really the things that we really want to focus on going into the season. We want to focus on being better situationally because, baseball is a thinking man's game. You can be as athletic as you want to. Baseball is the only sport that I'll choose. Baseball is the only sport that I'll choose a baseball player over an athlete. So we want to get better mentally. We want to get better above the neck, situational defense, situational offense, things like that. So I definitely feel like I said, our seniors, AJ, Rio, Don, Joe, even our juniors, Jathan, all those guys, I think they're ready for the task. They're up for the challenge. Along with our freshmen coming in, I think we have about 16, 17 guys coming in. So like I said, we're going to have a good balance of youth and experience. So I'm really looking forward to it.
What's up? So, Coach, who are some of the teams that you played last season?
So far as last season, we played against Edward Waters. We played against Payne, Claflin University, my alma mater. Played against Columbia International. We also played against, it seemed like we played so many games, but Stillman, shoot. Dang, J-Mo, like how many? I'm trying to think. Like it's honestly, we played a good bit of games and everything, but we had a lot of cancellations. Pikeville, Kentucky State, yeah. So we kind of had a diverse, but this year we're playing a little bit more diverse schedule and everything. Put a little bit tougher schedule now. Now that I understand, as far as like the conference that we in, as far as how they rate and everything.
Cool. Gotcha. And to you, Coach Cunningham,
we've also had some.
Oh no, I was going to ask you, since you're the recruiting coordinator, what are some of the academic programs that are offered at Voorhees?
We have a great sports management program. We have a great business administration program, psychology. What else we have there? We have a great biology program. I honestly feel like our sports management program and business administration is the best around. Coach O'Neill, Dr. Amos, Dr. Chenault Hemby, they're the best at what they do. Honestly, most of the athletes are the sports management majors, as you can imagine. But those are just some of the few things that we can offer at Voorhees University.
Hey, do y'all have a master's in that up there?
We actually just started our master's.
Yeah. So we got a master's in early childhood. So, any grad transfers that want to come graduate and get their master's in early childhood, definitely come to Voorhees. We got some grad room for you.
People, y'all hear that, right? Early childhood. Early childhood.
Ain't nothing wrong with having a daycare.
Oh no, definitely not.
Trust me, I know. Right, I know that daycare pay.
Never go out.
Yeah, Coach. We kind of talked a lot about your background, a little bit of the season. Who are some of the players that kind of stood out this year for a team, and who are some guys going there next year we should be on the lookout for?
Well, honestly, sorry for this season. Honestly, like players like Jamorri, Henry Adam, Joseph Gaines, Mario Sumter, they made my job easy. Honestly, like having those guys. Mario Sumter, he plays center field for us. Honestly, I tell people all the time, he got more range than Verizon. The boy can cover the whole nation if he wanted to. Like the boy, he's a lefty, he's fast as I don't know what. We have a utility guy, Miles McCoy, fast as I don't know what. Fastest person on our team, has an arm like a cannon and everything. But had to put him at third base and everything. He's a great guy. He's a vacuum over there. Joseph Game, my shortstop and everything. He's definitely great glove and everything. He led the team in batting average and everything. Far as next year and everything, those guys, but we also have two phenomenal arms. Elijah Baker, if he were to walk right by you right now, you wouldn't even think, you know what I'm saying? He looks like a baseball player and everything. He's short. He's probably like 5'4", but he's throwing 86, 87. And he's dealing and everything. And then we got a lefty, Jathan Smith. Honestly, if y'all were to come watch him and everything, he has a wipeout slider. He has 5 pitches, and he's topping out at 87, 88. So we have some guys and everything, not including like I can literally name some guys and stuff. I can go on and on about the team. And then we got some incoming freshmen that we're excited about. Kawan James from Morrow High in Atlanta. We got a kid from North Carolina. He went to Page Central. Jamorri Christopher. He's a switch hitter. Kid is naturally powerful. And his best swing is from his right side, which you say is weak side, but our field is huge. He's hitting the gate and everything like that. So we got a lot of guys that we're excited for and stuff. I'm definitely, once we get everything finalized, I'm going to shoot you a roster and stuff and let you know. Like, shoot, honestly, I can't really put my name. I can't really say, like, just those guys and stuff because I have a lot of guys and everything. And I'm excited about the freshman class that's coming in. We got a lot of guys coming from Alabama, you know what I'm saying? Got a guy, you know what I'm saying? Like I got a 6'6" pitcher, you know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of upside on him and everything. So we got a good bit of guys. We might have some Japanese players too. Not sure. We're still working on that and everything. So yeah, literally from Japan and everything. So we don't know. We got to figure out that whole language barrier and everything. So that's something new and everything. The president said he went international. I asked him how international. But that's something we might have and everything. So if it is and everything, we'll definitely have a few Japanese players and stuff. So definitely, yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait and everything. I was telling the guys I can't wait till the fall to actually coach y'all, actually build y'all up and everything, break y'all down and build you up and everything, actually build a team unit and everything. So I'm excited and everything.
Yeah, so speaking of the Japanese possible recruit, we all know baseball is kind of, especially at the HBCU level, it's one of the most diverse sports out there is. You have players from America, you have white players, you have players from Latin America. As coaches and recruiting coordinator now, like how do you think about that? And then how do you try to recruit knowing that you're gonna recruit from a wide range of athletes from all over the place?
I think you just have to really know what your school brings to the table. You still, at the end of the day, we still have to go find guys that fit our system. I tell people all the time, just because we're HBCU, we want to go win games. I don't care if you're green, purple, orange. If you can play, we're gonna try to get you. So I don't really think it's too hard. At the end of the day, believe it or not, we've had people to reach out. They're finally catching wind of Voorhees University. They've been reaching out to us and wanting to know more about the school. And I think our guys are going to be our biggest recruiting by them winning games. I think our players can be just as good as recruiters as us. So I don't really think it'll be really too much of a challenge because at the end of the day, we know what Voorhees University brings to the table. And we know what type of guys that we want at the end of the day.
So this is for Coach Cunningham. How has the transition from player to coach? How do you think your transition from player to coach has gone so far?
I think it's been going pretty smooth. I still have to catch myself sometimes as a player. I remember I was doing my internship at a baseball facility, and the guys were getting ready for practice, and I was helping coach a travel ball team. And he was like, guys, go get the turtle. I'm walking down there, geared to go get the turtle. He's like, where you going? I said, I'm going to get the turtle. He's like, no, you're a coach. You tell them to go do it. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Y'all go get the turtle. Y'all go get the turtle. So it's just stuff like that, I love it, though. I had to get right with my fungo skills. I've been working on that this summer. Fungo, believe it or not, it's not that hard, but it's not that easy. Hitting fungo is doing everything they tell you not to do as a hitter. Like, don't hit the ball on the ground. Now you got to hit the ball on the ground. So it's been fun. I can't wait. I'm counting down every day when we go back to school. I'm ready to teach. And a lot of people don't realize that there's a difference between teaching and coaching. And I'm looking forward to teaching. Building relationships with the guys, motivating the guys, and just really being that support system for the guys so we can go do something. All of us got a common goal.
What's kind of weird, Coach, is that whenever I was in a slump, getting the fungo batters would help me get out of it, to be honest with you.
I have heard that.
Hey, whenever I'm in a slump, I'm just not touching anything. Hey, give me a fungo. Because just seeing the contact off the bat, like I said, if you ever get a player, like I said, that was one of the things I've always done growing up. If I couldn't hit or if I was slumping, hey, put the fungo bat in the hand. Let them hit the infield to somebody. You know what I'm saying? So don't give up on the fungo bat. It's got many qualities. Many qualities.
It's a workout too.
Oh yeah.
Workout too.
Yes, it is. No, I think I'm a fungo Jedi master though. But so Coach O'Neal, are you still a professor too? Why are you coaching now?
Yeah.
How is it juggling that?
Man, so I was telling Coach Cunningham earlier today, I honestly, since the end of the season, I've been so focused on trying to get stuff done as far as working with contractors and vendors about the field upgrades and renovations that we're doing that I honestly forgot, I got to put together a syllabus. I got to pick a book, you know what I'm saying, for my 3 classes I got to teach in the fall. So it's tough and everything. Luckily, I have a phenomenal dean, Dr. Whitaker, in the business department. When I took over the position, I had 2 classes on campus. The school switched them to online for me because they already knew what type of how it was going to be as far as just the the load I was going to have and everything. So definitely, it's a hard task, honestly, because it's like I got to flip that switch and everything. I'm professor during the morning, and as soon as I'm done with my class, now I'm in the coaching mode. I'm leaving one building, heading to the athletic building, and then I'm going into that office, talking to the AD and everything. So, far as when it comes down to it, I like a challenge. I always been the person I always try to take a challenge and everything, because you never know, like that brings the best out you and stuff. So, definitely, it always keeps me going and stuff. I'm never bored at work and everything, because I'm always doing something constantly when it comes to education wise and then athletic wise and stuff. So, I want to say I did a good job. They still got me around as a professor. They gave me a new contract and stuff. So I guess I did a good job. I got good reviews and stuff. So I guess I'm doing a phenomenal job. And he asked me to stay on as a coach. So I guess I did a good job in both areas. So I guess we'll just keep going.
Yeah, so Coach O'Neal, we talked about this at the top of our show when we first started out. We wanted to get more exposure for Black college baseball programs, Black coaches, and Black college baseball players too. And one of the things we kind of had some issue with is like the lack of exposure the game gets at the Black college level, particularly at these individual schools. So as someone who's been around the block, if you will, in pro sports and has a business acumen, what do you think is kind of like the determining factor in to get some of these programs out here to get more exposure and to get schools maybe to invest a little bit more in them?
Well, honestly, marketing. That's like the biggest thing. Being in the professional side of sport and everything, that's the number one thing, marketing. You see them market from like courtside seats to daggone TV ads and everything like that. So we're gonna be streaming games this year. I'm already trying to think of ways of how we can have a sponsor during like the 7-inning stretch. You know what I'm saying? Having that announced and everything. So trying to bring that kind of feel and that vibe into HB Athletics, especially Voorhees University. It's a challenge because a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, they look at it as, okay, well, we can just do it this way and everything. Like sometimes you have to change, you have to show new ways of doing things and stuff. So like I said, I honestly want to be like the poster child when it comes to HBCU athletics, when it comes to like baseball and stuff, especially in HBCU. About the Dion prime time, you know what I'm saying, with Jackson State and everything. But, you know what I'm saying, I'm not saying I'm on prime time level, but, you know what I'm saying, I want to have that whole swag and that whole marketing kind of aspect to this program and everything, to the point where it is known and everything, not just through Twitter, but everybody, everywhere we go, they see us and they hear us.
But y'all are like an excellent dynamic duo with your backgrounds and what y'all trying to pursue. I mean, me, I'm all about the money. I'm the business guy. So I'm looking at it as,
Yes,
you know, hey, you got many directions you can go as far as, you know, a lot of coaches and a lot of teams and a lot of baseball players, they are actually like just players. I mean, I haven't met a coach like you that actually have the business background, the marketing background that actually goes with what you're trying to do. And you're actually the coach, so you got a lot of decisions that you can possibly make that can make your school actually more different than the next one, just because you have, like you said, if Voorhees has a what do you say, sports management, they lead in the sports management, you feel, I mean, that's actually pretty unique situation that you're in, that, you know, with your background, that you can actually hit things that you got an advantage over a lot of schools. Let's just say that. A very huge advantage. And I'm excited to see what you do with it. I'm gonna be watching.
Yeah,
And,
me too.
you know,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna be watching. Always use all your avenues, man. You got to use all your avenues. And I think, like I said, it's about the support when it comes to HBCUs. But if you're internally and you got that background internally, you're gonna be able to knock down a lot of walls that a lot of coaches not gonna have that opportunity. You know the lingo, you know how to get to the people. I mean, hell, you even still got a network of your own that you can work with that nobody else can get to, really. You know. So, you know, use that to your advantage. Let the kids know. Hey, you know.
Yeah.
I've been around NBA teams and I've been around the professional baseball teams. I know what it takes to make things happen, you know. I just want to say, that's very unique that y'all have that element.
Thomas trying to get a job.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think about it all the time. Yeah.
We got
no, man. You got to appreciate greatness when you see it, man. You know that's
man.
I want to say greatness. Well, I appreciate it. No, I appreciate that.
Man, let's be all the way 100. It's
You
always
great. So modest, coach. Trust me, that is a unique
always
situation.
great.
Yeah, it's very unique though. Yeah, because I would even say, boy, is there any other HBCU that has a sports management program?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, all HBCUs have some type of sport management, sport leisure program. Claflin University, that's where I got my degree from. 30 minutes down the road, Benedict, a bunch of them have a sport management program. A lot of people, when you hear sport management, they think, oh, sport medicine, but you have to no, it's sport management. It's like the business side of sports and everything. But people don't understand, like a lot of athletes get in it and they don't know what they're doing. And most times athletes get in it because they're like, oh, it's sports, it's a major and stuff, but they don't know what they actually can do with it and everything. So like me having that experience and showing them what I've done and stuff and what I actually can do with it, you know what I'm saying, post my professional career and stuff, they see, you know what I'm saying, they see me like I'm okay. Like I have people saying, man, like how you become a coach and everything, like y'all ask me and stuff. But I'm already thinking about like players, like students and stuff, like in my sport marketing class, how I can utilize them to be like our marketing personnel for our baseball team during the season and stuff, taking pictures and everything like that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I was telling my dean and everything, we got all these different students on campus. Like they all, if you look at it, they're like, I want to say free labor, but it's experience for them. We got a marketing department. We got business and everything. We got mass communication and stuff. Why not use our students to kind of elevate our program and elevate our university and stuff? So that's a document I've been working on, you know what I'm saying, to pitch to the school and stuff for experiential learning and everything when it comes down to that. Like definitely utilizing our students to help boost our academics, boost our athletics, and boost our enrollment, honestly.
You must have watched that episode. We talked about that, Coach.
Yeah, he had to. Because we talked about that. But it's actually it's a win-win for not only for the team but also for the students because they get that experience. You might well call it an internship. That's exactly what I did when I was in school. Yeah, you try to jump on piggyback on any team, any professor, anything to get that enrichment experience, so that when you go into the job market, you have something to put on your resume and helping to elevate the baseball program. That's definitely with the power of social media and everything. You know, these kids will jump on that.
I mean, they already doing it already. I mean, they post everything they think anyway. You know.
I mean, honestly, a prime example of a student, you know, actually working in the field is like Coach Cunningham. If you look at it, I mean, he basically, you know what I'm saying, like he showed me his business IQ, and I mean not his business IQ, his IQ for the sport. And I tell people all the time, like my dad and my grandfather always said, if you're ever in a position where you're actually a boss, always put people that's smarter around you, that knows the job better than you. He said that's not saying nothing to you, but that makes you successful. And I honestly can say right here on y'all show, like Coach Cunningham knows way more baseball IQ. He has a higher baseball IQ than me, honestly. Because I was telling him, I was like, shoot, when I came in playing baseball, we didn't care about all that. Like, shoot, see the ball, hit the ball, feel the ball, you know what I'm saying, throw the ball. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that deep and everything. But you know what I'm saying? Now it's like I'll be a fool to try to do this by myself, you know what I'm saying? Especially having somebody like Jamorri on my team and stuff that knows baseball. He knows a new way of baseball and everything like this. And, you know what I'm saying? We learned about spin rate now and everything. So it's just crazy and stuff. But yeah, like, nah, I'm a big advocate on like letting the students, you know what I'm saying, get their experience and stuff. Jamorri, honestly, he's in the same position I was. Once I graduated, I became a grad assistant and everything, trying to make that transition and stuff. Got my experience that way and stuff. He's getting his experience. So shoot, 20 years down the road, you're going to see Jamorri Cunningham, you know what I'm saying, win the national championships and everything like that. Mark my word. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even doubt it. You know what I'm saying? So I already told him we're a package deal. My goal is to be an athletic director. And wherever I go, he's going to be my baseball coach. You know what I'm saying? So no ifs, ands, or buts and stuff. So, yeah.
I hear that. Yeah, you're right about the new school against the old school because I still had to get used to seeing the catchers trying to jump down and split to receive the ball. I don't know how you block the ball like that.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Bro, we ain't even
I
I saw a team lose a 12U game with the splits back there. He couldn't get to a ball.
Yeah, man.
I was irritated.
Yeah, man.
That's new to me. I ain't never like a catcher. I'm always on my toes. Like now they doing splits back there, catch them. I'm like, what? Like get up. Like no, now they on the knee. I'm like, nah. See, I can just hear my dad just yelling at me. So I'm like, nah.
Yeah, like guys like Tony Pena and Benito Santiago, they kind of the first guys to actually do that in the game, and now it's kind of like been adopted because of a lot of pitch framing. That's why guys do it now to get an umpire better sight. Yeah, like it's unusual for sure, but like there's something behind it. And I know Coach Cunningham probably already knew that.
But at the same time, they got to learn. You do that stuff when nobody's on base.
Right. That's
exactly.
You know what I mean? If you look at any catcher in the major league, he ain't splitting unless if it's nobody on base.
No, it is now.
No, it's a couple.
It's a couple of college players that do it.
It's a couple.
I was telling Jeezy this yesterday. When it comes to hitting, I'm not really a big fan of the new launch angle thing because okay, you're hitting more home runs, but you look at it, a guy's having 300 plus strikeouts at the All-Star break. You know, so I've never really been a big. I actually want like an older guy to be my hitting coach because I'll be honest, I'm 23 years old and I admit the guys back then were better hitters than than today. I think the guys today just have more natural power. But if you look at just flat out hitting, I think the guys in the 80s and 90s were better hitters. If you want to be honest.
I mean, we had better teachers. We got Tony Gwynn. We had Barry Bonds. You think Acuna is out there? Well, I don't know. I can't say that, but you know, I just. No. You know,
we were hitting rocks with sticks too.
Yeah, we was. Hey, we was hitting the gravel with the wiffle ball bat.
Yep, that's true.
Like
So to go into that transition now with the new age of the game and the whole emphasis on analytics of baseball and trying to break it down to science and things like that, is that anything that y'all started to implement into y'all program?
Yeah, keeping it simple. Simple.
Yeah.
Just really keeping it simple. Just really pitch by pitch, just winning the pitch, winning the inning, just really keeping it simple, not really trying to, overcoach anything, but also making sure the guys are prepared. But just not really trying to overdo it, try to make the main thing, throw strikes, field the ball, throw the ball, hit the ball, run the bases correctly. If the guy's on base, move him over. If you moved over, get him in. That's it. It's still baseball at the end of the day.
Been the same rules for 100 years, dog.
Exactly. You put
are you guys still emphasizing?
As you want.
Yeah, are you guys emphasizing bunting, playing small ball stuff like that? Or are you guys playing a more modern style of baseball?
So I got a question for you guys. So I was watching the episode last week, the fantasy draft. So who do y'all really feel like had the best team? I'll tell you my opinion. Thomas, I think you got a future GM. I think you got a future GM. Jeezy, here's the thing. Jeezy wasn't too far behind you though. But I'll tell you the same thing I told Jeezy. Y'all missed one guy. I feel like y'all didn't get the steal of the draft. Henry Adam Brower. He was if y'all look it up, he was an MVP, HBCU All-Star. And he's a guy I was telling Jesus this yesterday. If from an analytics standpoint, he's not gonna pass the analytics. On paper, everything is going against him. But the eye test, he's a baseball player. He's a second baseman. Okay, second baseman, they're expecting you to run a 6.6 or under. He runs a 7 flat. You put him at third base, he's 5'8". They're expecting 6'2" or above third baseman. But he has quick hands. He hit 3-hole for us every year. He can hit. He lives in right field. He can, he makes the right plays. And most importantly, he carries himself like a pro on and off the field. That's why I say he's a steal. It's the neck up for Henry. He hit the mental approach of the game. And, he carries himself like a pro. That's why I say he was a steal. So that was the one name that I missed now. But, Thomas, I think he was a winner for me. You were strategic about it. He was so locked in. He wouldn't even think about what y'all was saying.
Nah, he showing up what.
I told him, man, hey, I'll be serious about the fantasy, man. Like, like I told him, man, you gotta try to make your team have a disadvantage, man. You gotta get to kill the matchup. You gotta get the oddity. You gotta get the rarities first, man.
I knew you were locked in. I knew you was locked in. He was naming folks that were taking 2-3 rounds ago. I said, oh yeah, he locked in. He trying to win this thing.
As you give him motivation, we're gonna have to do that at the top of the season though, for real. We come with a game plan about that on the background, and that's what we'd like to get a lot of people in on that, because if we can get that jumping off and start pulling these kids, get these kids even more attention, even by the fans, I think we might be on something.
I think people actually look out for the kids more if we did something like that, man. Like, you know, everybody looking to see how he do that week and stuff like that. So, you know, I want to put as many players as we can on the pedestal just to bring the attention. Because like I said, you know, baseball is baseball, been the same way for 100 years. If you can ball, you can ball.
Right.
On all levels. Like I said, it don't matter what division you in. If you can hit a baseball, you can hit a baseball. If point blank period, you can catch. Right. It's real simple.
Right. When you guys come to Voorhees?
We're gonna have, how far is Voorhees from Atlanta?
3.5.
3 hours.
Man, I'm in Columbia, Tennessee, dog. Okay. I'm all the way out here now, right below Nashville. I'm gonna have to catch about 3 flights and a bus ride in that
motherfucker. Down here for homecoming. As long as they're the same weekend as Jackson State homecoming, we're gonna try to get down for homecoming.
Yeah. We're gonna do that.
You are homecoming. I was October 13th.
But
yeah.
I do need y'all sizes though.
7'3",
7. Fellas.
7.
Make sure y'all get your hat sizes and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
We gotta get y'all some Voorhees, and we gotta get y'all some Ernie Adams.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you, Coach.
Yeah.
We gotta get y'all some Voorhees gear.
Okay.
So get y'all some Ernie Adams gear. Henry Adam Brower, our guy who was in the All-Star game, he has his own clothing brand. And
okay.
Yeah, the slogan is pray, play, perform.
Okay.
Pray, play, perform.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah, the 3 P's. I like that. Yeah.
His name backwards. His name is Henry Adams, so he switched it. It's Ernie Adams.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. That's the kind of business mindset coming out of Voorhees. I like that.
They learning from you, ain't it, Coach? They learning from you.
Hey,
Coach.
no, that was before I even got there. No, that was before he got there. Before I got there, so he already had that already established.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Coach, about your player with his own line of clothes, the NIL is a big deal throughout college sports. Have you guys dealt with that on your team so far?
No, I kind of wish we. So NIL basically, like right now, I haven't seen it trickle down to NAIA. That's kind of that's the division of baseball we play and everything. I haven't seen it trickle down that far yet, but I bring it up in the classroom all the time. I was like, why not our student athletes and everything like that? But when you look at those businesses, they look at kids and look at the platform they at and everything. Right now, you know what I'm saying? We're growing our brand. We're growing Voorhees University baseball brand. So when we get to that point where like 2 years down the road, we're going to have a national reach and then some regional reach where those businesses will want to invest in us more and they're going to look at our players and stuff. So far as right now, it's not present far as at Voorhees. And I haven't seen any NAIA players with an NAIA deal. But I can see it coming in the future and stuff. And that's a very gray area too. That's a whole nother topic, a whole nother like segment for y'all and stuff. Yeah, definitely. We can definitely talk about that and stuff because that's it's a pretty nasty slope right now. How they doing NIL and everything. But hopefully in the future we have a guy with a deal. We're trying to work with Henry now to possibly get some stuff for the team and everything. So.
So, Coach, what do you see the program when you move on to your next destination, whatever that may be? What do you see you leaving Voorhees baseball by the time you leave?
I want to say at least 2 conference championships, potential World Series berth. I want to be. I haven't seen any HBCUs and an NAIA make it to the World Series. I want to be that first one. If it has been before, but then again, I want to be a regular team going in and stuff. I want to build a program where the next coach, hopefully Coach Cunningham, you know what I'm saying, don't have to worry about anything. Everything is already there as far as facility-wise, player personnel, funding, budgeting, and everything like that. So only thing they have to do, basically, I just give them the keys and they just take it and they go with it. Like I said, I'm basically trying to do what the D1 schools do. I'm trying to do that on our level and everything. By that time, we'll be NCAA D2 and everything like that. So that way, that whole program, like any coach, baby, is basically cookie cutter, basically. Is come in and take over the program and they have everything in place.
Gotcha, Coach. And Coach Cunningham, where do you see the program in 5 years? Or what do you think your impact on the program is going to be?
I think the program is going to be a program where guys leave and become better, men of, of the community. That's most importantly, guys that's leaving with degrees, that's graduating. When it comes to baseball, I want to be the best HBCU program in the country. Even at the NAIA level, I want to win the HBCU World Series. I want us to go to the NAIA World Series, the Grand Junction. I just want to win, most importantly, though, I want the guys to, be better men. That's my most important thing because, I learned this, if the guys, we can win championships all day, but if the guys aren't learning anything and going out and taking those things that me and Coach O'Neal are doing, it's pretty much pointless. But from a baseball standpoint, I want to win at least 2 or 3 conference championships. I want to be, regulars in the HBCU World Series and, I want to be in those conversations with the Southerns, the Jackson States, the Savannah States. I want to be in those conversations as well. We've actually had some pretty big wins over the last 2 years. Year before last, we actually beat Xavier University. I think that year, they ended up losing in the HBCU World Series. We actually beat them 12-2, 10-run ruled them. Actually should have beat them 2 out of 3. We beat them 12-2. The second game, we actually should have won that one too. We was up 3-1 in the last inning. The guy from LSU, the transfer, came and hit one that still hasn't landed yet. We ended up losing that 5. This year we actually beat Edward Waters one game. They ended up winning the series, but we did beat them one game. They won the HBCU World Series this year. We beat Claflin one game. We beat Stillman. And to be honest with you, the last game of the season this year, we actually lost to Savannah State 18-15. And like I told Jeezy yesterday, if you take out one inning, we beat Savannah State. They put up 9 runs on us in the first inning. We were down 9-2, came back and made it a game. We ended up losing 18-15. If we cut that in half, that inning, we win that game. So, this year we're trying to come through the front door. We're not sneaking through the back door anymore. We're trying to come through with the key in the front door. So we're done sneaking through the back door.
And as we finish up, coaches, is anything y'all want to say to recruits, parents, any final shots y'all want to give before we wrap up?
Coach?
Well, one thing I want to say is, as far as any recruits out there looking for a place to play collegiate-wise, Voorhees University, like I said, yes, we're looking for baseball players and stuff, but if you're actually trying to look for a great education and everything, Voorhees University definitely has all the programs for you and everything. We're in the process of growing. We're adding more majors to our program. So if you don't see anything, I can promise you that it's coming in the future. We're bringing in new majors and everything. But when it comes down to baseball, one thing I can say is we're all about family. We're all about brotherhood and everything. Definitely, when you come into our program, you have a chance to play. Regardless of the personnel on the team, if you decide to come to Voorhees, you will have a chance to play. You will have a chance to be yourself. And as far as for the parents and everything, if your child has a 3.8 or higher, they come Voorhees with a 4. Right? There's no but not to pay anything out of pocket. So that's the perks about Voorhees. It's not expensive as far as the other schools and everything like that. But the one thing I can say about Voorhees, we're a family-oriented university. Your kid, your child definitely will be part. No child will be left behind. Like that. No child behind. Like about and everything, taking care of each other.
Oh, really, pretty much the same thing that Coach O'Neal said. Come to a university where people actually care about you more than your title. Come to a school where people actually care about you mentally and spiritually, and let's grow. Let's be the next level of excellence, like our president, Dr. Ronnie Hopkins, say. Let's take this thing to another level, and we can go to places that people never dreamed that we can be. Why not do it together? We're a family.
All right, one more, Coach Cunningham. You are the recruiter. You got any places you're gonna be hitting up? Any tournaments you're going to in the next month or so parents will know what area you're gonna be in?
I'm actually this weekend. I'm actually gonna be here in Montgomery. I'm gonna be at the MVP All-Star game here in Montgomery at Patterson Field this weekend. I know me and Coach O'Neal within the next month we're gonna be in Columbus, Georgia, at the Global Sports Showcase in Columbus, Georgia. We're gonna be in Georgia, South Carolina, Montgomery. We might be a place that y'all don't even think we'll be. So there's always eyes watching. So we'll be. Yeah. You know, we're only a phone call or text away. We got Twitter handles. Coach O'Neal's is at Coach TWO2 and then the number 4. Mine is at JAMORRI 2_10, and that's our Twitter handles. We also have our Voorhees baseball Twitter at Dahees DAHEES baseball on Twitter.
That's perfect. Oh yeah, shout out to Columbus, Georgia. That's my hometown. So let me know when y'all come to Columbus, man. I'll meet y'all there, man. I'll just use this to go see my mom.
Definitely.
Now, I'm right outside of Nashville. Y'all want to get expand up here in Tennessee? Y'all let me know.
Yeah.
Say less.
I help wherever I can. If y'all need to see a player or know about a player, I mean, I still got all my network up here, man. I can get to anybody in this area.
Appreciate that. Gotcha. Appreciate that.
We also want to thank our president Ronnie Hopkins, and also our athletic director Charlene Johnson for all the things that they do every day. So shout out to my guys at Voorhees, my seniors, my freshmen, juniors, sophomores. We ready?
Yeah, and once again, I appreciate y'all coming on. Y'all
yeah, too, man.
I let y'all know y'all unique with the knowledge that y'all have on sports management side. Like it's very rare that you see this in a baseball coach. Hope these prospects are catching on and understand the changes going on at Voorhees University, because it I would say right now y'all got about 4 scouts. So any kids that I see, I definitely be pushing them y'all way.
Gotcha. I appreciate that.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity. I do appreciate it. Definitely letting us have this this time on your platform and stuff. Definitely, y'all doing a great job. I appreciate y'all on HBCU athletics and stuff. So I do appreciate what y'all have and number the best for y'all.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, we appreciate it.
Yeah, that was the whole mission of this, But we all play HBCU baseball, so it was always the mission to make sure we get exposure for the next generation. So if it's only 2 or 3 eyes, and somebody learning something new every week, we've done our job. So
yeah,
right.
Y'all welcome to come talk to the team anytime in the fall or the spring. Y'all can come.
Definitely.
All right. Talk to the team anytime.
All right, yeah.
I bet we'll take you up on that.
But definitely make sure you get your size, your shirt sizes and your hat size and stuff too. So we'll make sure you get y'all some Nike paraphernalia and stuff. We're a Nike school now, so definitely.
Okay.
All
right. That's what's up. So on behalf of the boys, coaches, I appreciate you all for sharing some of your time with us.
Yes, sir.
I know you said you're a father, so definitely, I understand that all of us are fathers. Oh, Slim, you got a dog, right?
Yeah,
I got what?
You got a dog. Right. But no, I understand that. I had to run up.
You see Slim still, his skin's still glowing. You take the hat off, his whole hairline just full. You feel me?
He ain't had that stretch from the kids yet.
He ain't heard, can we go to McDonald's? He ain't heard that.
McDonald's.
I thought I heard my little girl crying upstairs while we were recording. I had to go check and see. But nah, we appreciate you all for coming on, coaches. The actual audio version will be uploaded in the morning, and this will air on YouTube tomorrow night. Well, Tuesday night, at 6 Eastern time. 6
So
p.m.
go ahead
Eastern.
and tell all your players to share it. Maybe expand it a little bit more. You might never know. You might make it to a parent that they want to contact you.
Right. And tell any of your players that's on Twitter, tell them to follow us. We'll follow them back.
Yeah,
gotcha. Definitely will.
Yeah. So any of the players that you have on Twitter, follow them. We'll follow them back, and we'll make sure next year somebody make the fantasy draft.
Yeah, the whole team.
We definitely will.
Hey, don't be surprised. We might not bring one of y'all back for the fantasy draft now.
Hey, it is what it is. Hey, we'll be ready. Trust me.
All right.
All right.
Appreciate you all. Thanks for coming on, and much success in the future.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Have a good one.
Oh, yeah.